Okay, this is me. This is me on my phone in my classroom. Yeah. So what we're doing is we're looking at this title here. Which is the one from the library. Explain the main ways, part A, in which countries can protect their domestic firms from competition. Because it's an iPhone, I have no way of flipping it around mid-video. Yeah, so you're going to have to guess. Yeah, maybe this is me, or maybe this is half my head. Yeah. What we know about Part A essays is they're 10 marks, and there's 15 minutes to do it in. Is my recommendation. Yeah. So my recommendation for that then, is that what we're looking for. Yeah, is we're looking for units of 5 minutes for the paragraph. Yeah. So times 3. Yeah, so what we need to do then is we're looking at 3 points. But the point about this essay is not explain 3 forms of protectionism, it's explain 3 ways in which local industries can be protected. So what I would probably do is I'd probably look at tariffs. Yeah, I'd probably look at subsidies. Yeah, and I would probably look at quotas. Yeah, I'm going to go and get a whiteboard because this isn't really working. Yeah, so sorry if I'm making you feel motion sick here. So if we were to, if we take that, then what we're saying then is let's take tariffs. What people are tending to do with tariffs is they're simply drawing the tariff diagram. They're just going blah 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 blah. Here is the world supply, blah 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 SWT supply demand blah 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 blah. They're kind of just shading it all in. Yeah, but nobody's really explaining what's going on. The key part of this diagram that you really need to explain is this bit, where what you're showing is that local firms get more of the market. That the share of local firms is going from Q1 to Q2. All of the kind of tax revenue, the reduced imports and blah, 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 that's not very important, Yeah, we're looking at the increase in producer surplus, that's important, but most importantly, the increase in market share. So what tends to happen on these Part A's, is that there are 6 marks for AO1, which is kind of drawing diagrams and showing knowledge, 4 marks for AO3, which is explaining yourself. Those marks tend to go. So what I'd be looking for is something quite analytical, explaining exactly how a tariff, exactly how a subsidy, and exactly how a quota would actually help the domestic firm. That's the point in this case. So what I was getting was lots of kind of descriptions of what subsidies are and what tariffs are, and that's going to get you AO1, but it's not going to build your AO3. However, they were generally quite well done. The greater, the more problematic part, was Part B, which is here again. Trade is better than aid. Discuss the extent to which this is true for less economically developed countries in terms of raising their level of economic development. Right. So, what the essay didn't ask you, was is trade better than aid? That wasn't it, What it said is trade better than aid in terms of raising the level of economic development? So how would I plan this myself? I'd be saying, well, okay, I'd go, okay, yes, trade is good. So why is trade good? Trade is good because it creates competition. And therefore forces efficiency. Trade is good because hopefully it leads to an increase in export markets. Trade is good because it leads to, we can use comparative advantage. But what you've got to do is to say, well, how is that going to lead to economic development rather than economic growth? And economic development, as we know, it's the 3 pillars. It's health, it's education, and it's income. So if you don't talk about those, then you're going to struggle to hit the very highest levels on this essay. Then we're going to say, oh no, trade, it's not that great, and Trade isn't that great. Trade has disadvantages. Just look at Jamaica. There's a risk of being dumped on. And again, how does that damage health, education, and income? So again, we could then come to some sort of intermediate conclusion, that says, well, how good is is trade rate? What does it What does it depend on? Why does it depend on it? So it probably depends on your level of infrastructure. It depends on your economic power, your ability to negotiate, and so on and so forth. So that's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. And we're 15 minutes in. I'm then going to say, what I'm then going to do, is, I'm going to start talking about aid. I'm going to go, well, aid in theory is good. there are lots of ways in which aid might be beneficial for an economy. So aid might allow you to build infrastructure. Aid might be emergency aid. Aid might be skills. That all can lead to economic development. 5 minutes. On the other hand, we know that aid, it has major drawbacks. That corruption means that even the best projects, only 20% gets through. We know that actually there's a risk of kind of maladministration where it goes into vanity projects. Instead of into goes into kind of capital spending, new shiny things instead of ongoing programs that genuinely support people. We know there's a risk of dependency, and again we need to link all that back to economic development. How does it impact on living standards? So that's taking us. That's taking us. That's about 5 minutes in again. So that leaves with 10 minutes. Because we've got about 35 minutes. So 7 units of 5. What I would now be doing is I would be saying, well, let's look at aid versus trade. So I'd now kind of go, well, look, realistically, which one's going to do us the most good? Ultimately, if we compare the two, well, it may depend on the form of aid, it may depend on the form of trade, da-di-da-di-da-di-da. But in the end, aid, you are dependent on, you're dependent on the goodwill of other countries, trade, free trade, you're on your own. That would be one argument, that you can forge a path through. But again, what we're looking to do is then directly compare those two at the end. What we said is, on the one hand, trade has benefits, how much? On the other hand, aid has benefits, how much? Then we're going to come together in a conclusion and directly compare those two and come to a conclusion. The best answers had good use of examples in them. I'm going to flip round. The best examples had good use of examples that were well embedded. They had good use of theory that was well analysed, and they came to barnstorming conclusions that really said, well, which is better under what circumstances? So, not bad. There were some very good ones. Some are a bit weaker. We'll cycle round. In the library this time, I'm going to put some short answers based on Year 12 stuff, and I'll send an email saying what you need to do about that. Well done for all of you who did it. That was quite a few. Just stick at it. If you need your essay, it's in my room, and I can give you some individual feedback. Thanks for doing it.